Hello, I'm Mayor Fofo Gillich. It's Saturday, April 11th at 1:13 in the afternoon. The day and time is significant, but I'll get back to that later. We've been doing these daily messages for about 3 weeks now. In the state of emergencies, the measures taken and the sacrifices we're all making seem to be working to stop this virus. Thank you all for your cooperation and understanding. I've experienced that from a lot of you every day. Keep limiting travel and stay clear of others when you do travel. Also, every day we've been tracking the COVID-19 numbers. I want to show you a graphic of those numbers. The State Health Department reports that as of 10 this morning, statewide, 2,642 tested positive, up 173 from yesterday. It was up 209 the day before that. There's been 93 deaths attributed to COVID-19. We haven't seen the peak, but we're praying it comes in the next several days. The mayors and other officials in our area continue to teleconference 2 times a week. We connect with state and federal leaders as needed to take actions that are needed as various situations arise. All fire and police are still on the job, including our emergency dispatchers. Employees will be called as needed, and we will continue to serve you. Again, don't be scared. Everyone across the country is going through the same thing you are. Just remain vigilant. Now, April 11th at 1:13 Central Standard Time, or 13:13 military time. 50 years ago, 1970, it was the exact time Apollo 13 took off on its mission to the moon. About a year ago, a project was started to create a new landmark to commemorate that mission and to honor the most famous Biloxian in our history, Fred Hayes. He was the Apollo 13 lunar module pilot. He is a native of Biloxi who grew up on Back Bay. His life work has brought tremendous pride to this city and to the entire world. From the time of Adam and Eve, Fred is one of only 24 people to have flown to the moon and back. Fred has been a great asset to Biloxi and to our coast, always supporting the Biloxi school system, inspiring students, and by being the driving force in creating the Infinity Space Center near the Stennis Space Center. His love of Biloxi is obvious, and we are indeed honored by having Fred Hayes as part of our history. The saga of Apollo 13 has a parallel with the times we find ourselves today. Hours after launch, on the way to the moon, oxygen tank number 1 exploded, putting the lives of the 3 astronauts on board in dire straits. With coolness under fire and their intense training and their support from the team back on Earth, they made their way back home. The Earth nearly stood still. NASA, and in fact the whole world, focused on solving a problem that no one had seen before. Do you see the parallel? Back to what we were planning to mark this occasion, south of the lighthouse, we are working on a statue of the famous Biloxian, Fred Hayes. You might have seen something going on lately in the parking lot. Today's event was going to be the unveiling of the base of the statue. A 6'8" bronze statue of Fred will sit up on the base that looks like the first stage of the massive Saturn V rocket. At this point, I need to express my appreciation to everyone that has been all in on this project. To name a few: our Biloxi City Council, our Engineering Department, our Public Works Department, our Parks and Recreation Department, Mississippi Power, Mississippi Development Authority, Design Precast, and WC4 Trucking. Because of the coronavirus, the gathering limitations, and all decided to postpone the event until a later date. Another Biloxian, Marriott Trimble Davidson, who created the statue of Diablo at the Visitor Center, is working on the statue of Fred in astronaut garb to go atop the rocket base. To celebrate Fred Hayes in this milestone, we have 2 documentaries airing on BTV at 7 and 8 in the morning and the afternoon. Let me close by repeating the same advice. Stay home, travel only when necessary. That's it for Saturday. We'll be back here tomorrow about the same time. Tomorrow is Easter. Everyone have a great Easter, a happy Easter, hoping that all our prayers will be answered. God bless you, and God bless Biloxi. And now we're going to leave you with Apollo 13.
10, 9, 8. Ignition sequence has started. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have commit and we have
running. Okay, P11. Program.
Building up to 7.6 million pounds of thrust, and it has cleared the tower.